We have the tech to get food delivered in 15 minutes, but we all have horror stories about buying tickets. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage. Get amazing tickets in just a few taps. Fees are included, so what you see is what you pay. And the Game Time guarantee means authentic tickets at the best price every time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets to concerts, sports, comedy, and more with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and create an account for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply.
Here's the snapback. Here's the kick. He's got the leg into it. If it is good, and it is! Austin Stars! A 49-yard field goal, and Indiana leads 27-24.
Oh, it's an end around one to throw. Page looking at the quarterback, and it's a touchdown! Page times Leno! Penix rolling out of the pocket to a strong hand. Delivers deep down the field. Caught, touchdown! Fried Fogel again.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the second or third best IU football podcast out there. It's the LEO podcast. I'm your host, Michael Bragg. You can follow me on Twitter. It's at Bragley, Braggley. Here, as always, with our co-host, it's Brandon. You can follow him on Twitter. It's at Brandon Dubich. Brandon spelled traditionally Dubich, D-U-B-I-C-H. What's up, Brando?
Not first or last.
Basically, yeah. But congratulations, whatever that site is that just sends out a bunch of crazy rankings and stuff.
Yeah. And just another thing out there. I mean, for those that, I think a lot of people, I've even said it before I started this, like, oh, I'll do a podcast. It's easy. Props to Hoosier Huddle. I mean, getting that many followers, I didn't realize they had almost 8,000 followers. Like, it's a grind doing this. I mean, I do 1/10 of it. Producer Seth and you do way more than I do, and I feel like I do a lot. So,
speaking of producer Seth, he is not with us tonight. He's with us in spirit, as he's spending time with his family. What a weirdo, right? I think he just got his, not to delve too far into his personal life, but it is hot outside, and I think he just got his air conditioning fixed, which has got to be a miserable thing with no AC here in the last few days. So good for him. Go hang out with your family now that it's cool in your house. But he's not cool, so block him. He's on Twitter. It's at SayTop5, SETAH5. Brandon, we are here today. And I appreciate the recommendation last week to combine these two, because this is still going to be maybe a normal size podcast, maybe a little tiny bit shorter. We're here to talk about the Potato Toppers, the Idaho Vandals first, and then we're going to talk about the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, weeks 2 and 3 for IU. We'll start with week 2. We got back-to-back night games. Brando, I know how much you love the 8 p.m. kicks. This one's September 10th on a traditional Saturday. It's in Bloomington at the Rock Memorial Stadium. Quick history lesson for everybody. We have played Idaho one other time, and that was last year. We beat them 56-14. And Brandon, what we've talked about as a very sloppy 42-point win. It felt like up 35-0 at halftime. And then I feel like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why it felt a lot worse being there than it did maybe watching it on TV. Do you have any?
So put it this way. I made a rather large bet on Michigan beating Washington. That was when Washington had a lot of preseason hype. So I'll admit, I did not watch the second half of this game. It was 35-0. I kept flashing back because I think this was on CBS Sports Network or whatever.
That was the Western Kentucky. This was on Big Ten Network.
Oh, this was on Big Ten Network. Well, I know this was definitely the Michigan-Washington game. I didn't watch much of the second half, so I can't speak to kind of what happened in the second half, other than probably they took the foot off the pedal. But I mean, even 35-0, there were concerns in this game a little bit. So
nothing crazy. I think if we went back and watched it, I feel like we'd be like, we just started coasting. I felt like we thought Taiwan Mullen had a kind of a rough game. If you look back at it, I think their quarterback ended up throwing for over 300 yards or something. I don't know. I think we're just being picky. I mean,
Probably.
56-14, you'd take any day of the week. So all-time record against Iowa, 1-0. This year they have and this is what's going to keep this part, I think, a little bit short. They have a new coach in his first year at Idaho. And both coordinators, offense and defense as well, in their first year. So it's, yeah, we could have something pretty similar play out again. But we'll see. As we dive into their key players, I wrote none because I legitimately couldn't find a single preview on this team outside of talking about their spring game, which they played on a high school football field.
So yeah, the College Sports Journal gave out a FCS preview on August 19th. It is currently June 15th. There is nothing on Idaho football as a preview. You mentioned it. I mean, they got a new coach, they got new coordinators. We don't know that much about this IU football team, and we cover them every week. Yeah, I mean, Idaho could be the best Idaho team of all time, or it could be the 56-14 team that we saw last week.
We could take on either one of them, I think, and still win. Should still win 56-14 or something along that line.
Yeah.
We'll just I mean, I don't mean to be, I'm not trying to pick on Idaho necessarily or be mean, but it is June 15th. We haven't even gotten into fall camp, so maybe some of those FCS previews will come out then. But again, we'll cover this before the game as a full preview, but as of now, legitimately nothing. You guys do all your Google research as much as you want. That's fine. And then you can hit us on the mentions. As far as key matchups go, I have IU versus IU. I mean, Just go have some fun. Do you have anything else that you have as a key matchup here?
Week one is, we talked about it, it's going to be Illinois. Right. But then there's going to be things that are going to need to be cleaned up. I guarantee there's going to be an offensive play that gets totally blown up that they're going to have to practice on. There's going to be a defensive scheme that they put in that gets, taken advantage of, and they're going to have to run it again. I mean, this is going, these really weeks 2 and 3, but really weeks, talking about week 2, this is going to be the cleanup. Right. So when you say IU versus IU, they won't be playing themselves necessarily, but they're going to be figuring out, okay, it didn't work against Illinois. Let's try it one more time against Idaho. And if it doesn't work here, that's thrown out. So it's a cleanup game.
How much, typically before the Big Ten went and screwed around with everybody's schedule, this would have been a week 1 game.
Yep.
So,
I like that better personally.
Yeah, me too. Granted that we play a week 1 game against a Big Ten team,
which I don't like. Neither team is at their 100%. I mean, you really don't get to 100. It's cool. It's cool for momentum. It's cool for fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
But neither team is going to be at their best, right? That's why we always say we want Ohio State first, because that's our best chance of beating them.
Yep.
Why do we say that? Because they're not at their best. I'd rather the Big Ten season play out when the teams are at their best. I think I'd prefer that.
Me too. So, you can look at that 2 different ways. One, we're going to Illinois where they have nothing to see. No tape. Yeah. They have no clue, same boat that we're in. I think we'll find out more when fall camp starts, but they've got nothing to look at. And then, so what I was getting at here was, I guess, Western Kentucky, I think the playbook opens up a little bit more. Do you think it's full on, full out because of week 1 being against a Big Ten opponent? Do you think that they don't hold anything back week 1, right? They just go.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
No, the Tom, I mean, again, we covered Illinois last week, but I mean, Tom Allen knows he needs to start 1-0. He knows he needs a win really bad.
Yep.
They went 0 in the Big Ten. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about it as they get close to the, I think Illinois is potentially a top 3 important game for the entire year. I think Purdue will always be number 1. I think homecoming against Michigan maybe is number 2, most important in the year, but I think you may put Maryland at number 3, or Maryland, Illinois at number 3 most important, just to start off with a win, just to get people to believe. Because if we talked about, if you can start out 3-4-0, nobody's talking about last year anymore.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was going to be, Mr. Cliche, and say I think every single game, except for maybe, to be honest, I mean, if we're just going to do this now, maybe outside of Ohio State, and if you want to be super pessimistic, maybe Penn State, but at least that's at home.
Yeah.
I think every game is massive and needs to be, taken with that. So, whatever. Idaho is Idaho. I think the only other key matchup I have is IU versus the injury bug, which I don't want to dig too much into that because
I got an early Brando's Randos.
Knock it out.
If that's okay.
Yep.
Did you like playing against teams this bad?
Yes. Are you kidding?
I despised it. I absolutely despised it.
Oh, I love it. It stinks to watch, to be honest. Like if you're watching it and you're in the stadium, I think your typical pregame nerves are probably not there. I mean, you expect to roll in, and as long as everything goes the way it's supposed to go, I mean, just take last year, for example, it's 28-0. They kick a punt. It's 35-0. It's halftime. You can go home if you want to. That game is toast. Those kind of games are good. You know me, man. I stress out. Like, I'm surprised I'm not bald, to be honest. Like you
got great hair.
Thank you. It's bad. So to have one of these cake games that I can just roll in and just have fun and is I enjoy that. And then
as
even
a fan,
playing them
when you're an athlete, like
yes. Secretly, I seem to be a fairly decent team player, but when I would see the teams that let's just take basketball, even you roll into somebody's house or they come to your house, this is going to be a total mismatch. I seem to have a pretty good amount of fun with it. The problem is I don't like ever being taken out. So that part was never fun, but yeah, always sitting there being like, you know what, if it's going to be one of those games, let's try to get 30, that kind of deal. But no, I enjoyed it. I enjoy beating up on the little guys every now and then. Every week in, week out, no. But yeah, to get a dub, get a little confidence, for sure.
Yep.
And I think that these two games kind of play out perfectly. If Illinois goes the way I think even Vegas or anybody thinks it's going to go, that's 1-0. You cakewalk through Idaho, that's 2-0. You go in against this team, Western Kentucky, in week 3, where we struggled really, really bad. I mean, if you go back and look at the ESPN percentage for winning, IU never really got below, I think, 57%. But I swear, you want to talk about a game where I'm pulling my hair out, pacing I remember I watched this game by myself. I was pacing back and forth in my living room. Couldn't sit down, like just nuts. To go into this game, hopefully 2-0, a lot of momentum behind the team again, matching the win total from last year going into week 3 is a big confidence boost. And so Western Kentucky's coming in the next week, September 12th, Brandon's favorite kickoff time, 12 p.m. Again at Bloomington. So 3 straight weeks, 2 of which Brandon will be tailgating at. Previous meeting last year, as I said, 33-31, IU walked away with the win. Nail biter, total disaster of a game all the way around, I think. I mean, a decent offensive performance. I think Stephen Carr was pretty good, over 100 yards, a couple touchdowns. Penix was decent, but again, not great. Defense was weird, which we'll talk about later in the matchups. But the injuries were what killed us. I think this is really where Taiwan started picking up his nagging injury for the rest of the year. DJ Matthews tore his ACL in this game. And that, I think this was the beginning of the end, I guess is the best way to put it. But anything else you want to add on last year's meeting?
Let's not even speak of it.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, all-time record, IU leads 4-0. I think the average margin of victory is pretty small. We'll talk about it, I think, in the preview of Western Kentucky. We talked about it last year. I think it's got to be around like maybe barely into double digits, maybe under now because of last year. Their
You
coach,
you nailed this game though last year in your
Yeah.
prediction. You said this was going to be close, and me and Seth laughed at you.
I was
You
so
were like,
scared.
man, their quarterback, the
Yeah.
type of scheme they run. And I think Seth and I predicted blowouts.
Yeah.
And I don't think you were predicting it was going to be a 2-point game, but I think you had it at like 7 or 10.
It
Like
started,
you had it.
Sorry to cut you off, but
No.
it started fantastic. Like it could not have gone, I think, to begin any better. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I believe it was something around 24-3, something crazy to begin the game. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I'm not sure I don't want to go to ESPN, but either way, it started off really well. I mean, we outrushed them clearly. I think passing yards, we barely got over them. We were over 500 total yards. They just dink and dunked us, like something that I didn't think was going to happen, that I don't think anybody knew was going to happen. I mean, it was their 1 year with that offensive coordinator. You guys laughed when I talked about Houston Baptist and Bailey Zappi and their passing records, but there they are last year, the leading passer in the country, and their offensive coordinator moving on. So,
I mean, they lost a lot. Now,
They did.
I'm going to give credit to Peegs and Matt Weaver, but yeah, I mean, obviously, is Bailey Zappi is gone, the nation's leader in throwing yards and touchdowns. They lose their offensive coordinator to Texas Tech, but
second team All-American wide receiver.
Yeah,
The
and then they have
defensive
another
end as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, they lost a lot, but this is still a team that put up 59 points in their bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and so it'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting to see what this team is capable of doing.
Yeah, totally new offensive coordinator. I'm assuming a similar style offense. We'll get into their key players here real quick. I have only got one listed, but again, you've got, the wide receiver, second team wide receiver was Jareth Stearns. You've got his brother, Josh Stearns, on the team, who had a pretty good game last year against IU. David Davis as well. Pretty solid wide receiver in their system. Now their defense, which wasn't, I mean, they gave up 33 and 500 yards, but their defense had a pretty good pass rush last year. I don't think we see that this year. I think we get back to a traditional Western Kentucky should be able to move the ball on them kind of defense. But their key player that I found, a transfer from West Virginia, Jared, help me out with this one. Dioge, maybe. Yeah, not a big Mountaineer fan, but I guess he started for them last year, threw over 3,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. That ratio is not great, but it's very Connor Baz. What are we calling
Baz?
Very Baz-like, but again, Baz did it in the SEC. From what I'm reading and stuff, not much of a runner, but makes some good plays, scrambling, can use his feet to make some plays in the pocket. Western Kentucky's no slouch either. I mean, projected 8 wins over under right now by Vegas, and one of the favorites to win this Conference USA again. Do you have anything else on the toppers?
Again, I mean, just look at the history. This game is probably going to be closer than you would like. Now, I mean, if you look at their schedule, I mean, 8 wins. They play Indiana and Auburn. I mean, you look at Conference USA. Who does Conference
UTSA? UTSA was the best team last year.
North Texas sometimes winds up in a bowl.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. UAB, decent team.
They didn't even have a program a few years ago.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy, right? And then they come right back and they have a decent squad. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. I don't know. I mean, we are not a Western Kentucky podcast. I don't hate on it. Oh, FIU is going to be terrible this year. Troy shouldn't be any good. Middle Tennessee State should be able to walk over that. Charlotte, you should walk through that. Florida Atlantic, I don't know if they're any good anymore since Lane left.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I mean, they start in Hawaii, but I'm pretty sure I saw that they're 12.5-point favorites in Hawaii. So, I mean, they're not a pushover by any stretch, but should IU win? Yes. So we'll see how that, we'll save the predictions here for the end of the pod, but I don't think it matters. I think we're going to see the same team we've always seen it, a high-powered offense, quick tempo, which gets right into my first key matchup, Brandon, is can we adjust? Because my God, how many texts did we have to send back and forth to each other last year? They're throwing the ball short. Just quick passes, just adjust, make some sort of adjustment.
Standing 8 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I know it. I know it's not what you do. You don't play bump, but just do it.
They killed us. Dink and dunk. I think average per play, if I can pull this up real quick.
3.1 yards.
Is that what it was?
I don't know. I'm making it up. But
I think it was higher than what you think. I'm trying to look here real quick. Stats. Yards per play were 7.2, but I'd like to know if we could dig into it, and I'm not going to dig in to see what their yards per pass or like air. What do they call that? Air efficiency or whatever.
Air yards.
Air yards. I want to know what their air yards were because it was probably negative by just throwing the ball backwards behind the line of scrimmage.
I mean, that was our game plan against Ole Miss with WAP.
Yeah. But they were doing it the entire time. And then they would occasionally, just elementary stuff. If you're going to boom, 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 what are they setting up? A fake outside, hit it deep. They did that a couple times. I mean, the time of possession, which is one of these that I'll get into next, which I know you hate. IU had the ball 17 minutes more. I mean, you can go through the stats. Let me go through the stats. 38 minutes with the ball, 4 total penalties, 2 punts. They had the ball for 92 plays, over 500 yards. What happens in that game traditionally? You're blowing that other team out of the water. No. It just didn't happen because Western Kentucky is a pain can we say ass? I'll say ass. Pain in the ass. That's what they are. But I think running game, this game is going to be huge. I think maybe just a balance in general. Holding on to the football. You're at home, which is a big difference. That was a night game. That was the game of the year for them. And I think it was a record crowd for them at home too. So totally different atmosphere that they're walking into. And also Bailey Zappe's in New England. Thank God. So that should make a big difference. Do you have anything else that you see as a good matchup, IU versus the Toppers?
Last year, I would say, I thought last year, if there was going to be anything, it could be a trap game, right? Because it was right before Cincinnati at home. And that was supposed to be, preseason. There was a lot of hype. We were talking game day before the Iowa game about that. Tom Allen will make sure there is absolutely none of that this year. So I think the fact that it's at home, the fact that Tom Allen knows that even moral victories or win differential is important this year. I think there will be no foot going off the pedal in this game. So again, I'll save my score prediction for later. But don't be shocked if we're blitzing well into the third quarter still, or if we're leaving starters in a little bit more. And I'm saying take Taiwan out, take Cam Jones out. I think we're gonna see potentially this isn't going to happen again to us from Tom Allen in this. A statement. I mean, as much as you can say statement game against Western Kentucky, I think that's how I'm envisioning this game to play out, at least.
Yeah, I think the more we talk about this season, the more we talk about Tom Allen and knowing how he is as a leader, I think the more pumped I'm starting to get about it and thinking about we kind of poo-pooed on the no spring game. We kind of poo-pooed on the no news really out of who's the starting quarterback. I mean, we should know that traditionally by now. We thought Baz would walk right in and take the spot. Now we're hearing Tuttle's kind of fighting with him on that, which is great. I mean, it's always great to have competition anywhere across the board, but especially at that position. Tom Allen, he's not holding anything back. I've heard 1,000 interviews here recently. And I'm just pumped, man. I think we're 86 days away from kick and can't get here soon enough. So speaking of can't get here soon enough, Brando's Randos is coming up next, but real quick, unless you have anything else to add on the Hilltoppers.
I do not. No.
We've got a quick word from our sponsor, and that's Monon Track Club. Everybody knows that. MTC, that's short for Monon Track Club, if you didn't know that. They are Indiana's running brand. They're built on a deep love for the sport and the Hoosier State. They craft products, tell stories, create experiences that aim to celebrate, create, support, and add to Indiana's running culture. I had to take a deep breath because they are so influential and so make such a big impact on my life that you guys need to check out the link in the show notes. Check it out, man. It's on Twitter. They're not on Twitter, but their link will be on Twitter. And in their link, they're going to talk about their club runs. They're going to show you all of the gear that you can get. Shirts. You don't need a hoodie right now. You don't even need a shirt right now, to be honest with you, but you need a koozie. You got to keep your drink cold. They've got those. They've got pennies, not like the coins, but like the things like runners wear. They have those.
Yeah, you wore it in second grade basketball.
Yeah. They have those as well. Professional ones, Nike, I believe, or Brooks. I'm just saying that because I don't wear them, but that doesn't mean you can't. And you can get 10%
80s
off of them.
frat boys wore them.
Yes. And if the diet plays out this way, when you guys see me at tailgates, I may be wearing one size smaller than what I need to be wearing, get the belly out a little bit, belly button, because there won't be a belly anymore. But we'll see. You guys can get 10% off of it by using the code LEO10. That's LEO10 at checkout. Again, check out the link. It will be in the show notes. It will also be on the Twitters. What won't be on the Twitters are Brando's Randos. He's going to ask them right now. Brandon, what you got?
All right. So the first one is kind of a, I can't really believe it, but Scott Dolson's been a little bit under fire a little bit. If you looked at the message boards and Twitter a little bit, and he doesn't necessarily do the schedules, I mean, that's more Tom Allen and
It's also been done way in advance.
Are we happy with Idaho and Western Kentucky as bye games?
Yes.
Like, I love Western Kentucky. I don't know if I love Idaho.
How much did we hate Western Kentucky last year? How much did I tell you, why are we playing at Western Kentucky?
But listen. The reason I liked it told us a lot about our team. We were really only that much better than Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't a Big Ten caliber football team, and that showed. We were a Conference USA football team last year. That's why Western Kentucky's good. It gives you a gauge for where you're at. I think you can take things away from a Western Kentucky game. I don't think you can take a dang thing away from Idaho. I think Idaho does nothing for you
other than provide a W in a very short non-conference schedule. What we have done, if you haven't noticed, since we've made a change at AD, and I might be wrong on this. This might have been a last second Fred Glass thing, but I don't think it is. You look at who the newest non-conference add-on has been, and that's Notre Dame. I mean, we're not messing around anymore. You look in the future, I think we've got UConn again. I mean, all of these are contracted out years in advance.
Yes.
UConn, I would love to play Ball State every year. I know that we talk about that.
See, and here where I'm going to eat my words a little bit. I also don't want to play anyone in state.
It's scary, right?
Because it's Ball State Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm like, Western Kentucky kind of gets up for this game, but like
at home, they get up for it at home. I don't think you see much of a traveling group. I mean, they're fairly close, I would say, within 2 hours, probably of Bloomington.
Like, I'd rather have like a Middle Tennessee State.
Me too.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of other like regional, but not rivals, right? Like Buffalo. Right. I could play.
Buffalo's tough though. It's a tough MAC team. Akron. I'd take an Akron.
Yeah, sure. Like, that's who I'd rather replace Idaho is another, maybe don't even go AAC, but like MAC or lower. Like Conference USA is great. Maybe a Sun Belt team.
Like a lower Sun Belt team. Not Coastal Carolina, but like give me, I don't know. I said Charlotte CUSA. I don't even know another one. Yeah, give me, oh damn, they're pretty good too.
UL Monroe.
There you go. Give me Monroe. There you go.
But like that's what I'd like to see replace Idaho, because it's not going to matter for the crowd. Like the crowd doesn't, like college kids don't matter if it's Idaho or UL Monroe, but I think there's actually something you can take away from a Western Kentucky. So I'm okay with them.
Let's do schedule talk for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's do 2023. Let's look
Yeah.
at next year, because
I
I
don't
have
have any.
why is this doing this right now? So next year, Indiana State and Akron, Louisville. Okay. That starts I believe it's Lucas Oil and then away and then home against Louisville, 2023, 2024, 2025. So 24, we've got FIU back. We're at Louisville, Charlotte. Those are good non-conference games.
I love that.
20
Charlotte's now D1 for those that don't
Yeah.
know.
25, you've got 2 FCS schools, I think, Old Dominion, and then you've got Louisville at home, which these can change. Some of these FCS schools can change, and Indiana State. Again,
Hate both of those.
yeah, but again, you're at a 9-game.
I think Old
conference
Dominion's
schedule.
back. I think Old Dominion is actually D1 now.
Okay. 26,
But
you've got Colorado, Ball State, and at Connecticut, which I hate that game so much. At Connecticut is so dumb.
what year is that? What year is that?
That's 26.
See,
27,
that
you've got
sucks. Like my boy's going to be 5. Your boys are going to be 6 and 7 or 6 and 8.
do you want to go to Connecticut?
Not really. That's what I mean. Like that's a bummer. You know how fun that would be to like go
27.
somewhere regionally.
27 would be fun. We can go to Virginia and Indiana State. 28. When does Notre Dame starts in there somewhere?
That's
They've got-
2030. 2030.
You sure?
Almost 100%.
29 is Virginia at home. 28 is Virginia at home. 29 is Western Kentucky again. 30 at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
31, which somehow Notre Dame will talk 31 into being a neutral site at Lucas Oil, but 31 is Bloomington. So, I mean, there's some good years in there where I think they hit what you consider a good protocol. For me, to schedule all of the cake that you can schedule. And
Just like the SEC does. I mean, SEC's not scheduling freaking Notre Dame.
Let's do it. Let me look at Auburn's schedule. Actually, I think Auburn starts with maybe they don't start with Oregon, but I think that they usually have a pretty tough game, and then they get real cake, dude. Even Alabama does.
Alabama
Auburn's
gets
got-
real cake. And like there's like a November game where they're like 52-point favorites.
Bro, Auburn's got Mercer and San Jose State at home, both of them at home, and then Penn State at home. Those are their 3. Oh, wait, they have 4 non-conference games, and then they've got Western Kentucky. So, I mean, you guys can talk about the SEC being this big time. Alabama, a little different. They've got Utah State at home. They play at Texas, which is a terrible game for them. Monroe at home, and Austin P. So Austin P, Monroe, Utah State. You want to talk about a bad non-conference, and then obviously Texas, which is going to be an SEC school anyway. So, I mean, I think maybe once they go to no divisions and the schedule gets a little bit easier, I can agree with you on changing up the non-conference. But right now,
Off a 2-10 season.
Off a 2-10 season, especially, and then having to play Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State every year.
Ohio State.
Take the W's.
Yeah.
So, all right, what do you got next?
So I want to know, this is just random. This means nothing. This isn't even an IU question.
Randos.
What would the spread be if Idaho played Western Kentucky?
I don't know the spread can we find the spread?
There's
IU?
nothing out. There's nothing out for
IU, Idaho
either one of these games.
Spread. Here's something on SportsWire. This is from last year. Let's just take last year's into example. They had IU minus 31.5. I was going to say Western Kentucky minus 33.5, but give me Western Kentucky. Where is it?
It is in Western Kentucky. Yeah,
Okay.
It's in.
Give me Western Kentucky 24.5. I think, right? Over under, I think, is around 70. I'd say Western Kentucky minus 4.5, 24.5.
Man, Idaho's bad. You're probably not wrong. I was going to put it more like the 18, 19 and a half. Maybe even the 20 and a half is a very popular spread for these
The
guys.
19 and a half is such a dick move. Like that's like, that's so bad. Yeah. 19 and a half, I think, is what Vegas would do to you. And somehow that game would turn out to be either 19 or 20.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 38-19 or something.
Yeah, just somehow they
49
get to
30.
19. There's a late safety or something. Yeah, something.
Or like goes for
stupid.
2, like random going for 2.
Yeah, they just wanted to use like the Statue of Liberty play or something to get. I don't know. Who knows? You wouldn't use that from the 2-yard line. But what else?
So, I got to talk about the 8 p.m. kick. I got to talk about the 8 p.m. kick.
Oh, the 8 p.m. kick. Okay. Yeah.
Now,
Talk away, bro.
do they put that now? Is the TV dictating that 8 p.m. kick, or is that done by IU so people go to the game? Because no one's showing up for a noon Idaho game.
Noon Idaho game would be tough. I think that would not be tough for me to go there.
Oh, we would love it. It'd be great.
But
I love every 12 p.m. kick.
I'm trying to see if they've got a TV. I don't think that they've got a TV out yet. IU football schedule.
That's why I don't think it. That's why I think it's IU motivated. I don't think it's.
I think so too.
motivated.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, no, they've got BTN, so they're already on BTN. I do think that's a BTN regulated game. I'd like to look at BTN's schedule for September 10th, 9, 10, 22 BTN schedule. Let's see what
But yeah,
they've got.
I just freak. I mean, again, you got football on, you got NFL on the whole next day. If you're going to the game, you're not getting home till 2 a.m., right?
Oh, well, you didn't go to the game last year, I don't think.
No, I did not. I had a freaking 2-month-old.
You get home in plenty of time because I miss the AJ Barner touchdown, and that was at the very beginning of the fourth quarter. I think I was walking out of the stadium after the third quarter, and that was staying too long, probably. So I see what you're saying. I can see where you think maybe that's an IU driven thing as well. I think it's TV, and I think IU would take it 9 times out of 10 as well.
It is better. It's better for IU that it's not a noon kickoff, but it is not better.
Noon would be the worst. 3:30 would be okay. 8 p.m. for this game in particular is the best.
Mostly for the students, right? Like
Yeah.
the students are going ham at an 8. They've been drinking for 8 hours.
They don't care at an 8 p.m. game. They don't care who it is.
Nope.
So they just care like, oh, cool, there's a football game tonight.
Yes.
We don't have to wake up early. We can get out there at 1 and we can just start pounding.
Yep.
So, all right. Speaking
That's
of
all.
pounding,
Yeah, that's all I got.
let's get into predictions. I'll start with Seth. Then these are surprising to me from him.
They are. Yeah.
Seth has IU winning both games. The Idaho game, he has IU winning 38-14, which I think is maybe a halftime score. And then he's got IU beating Western Kentucky 45-24. Why don't we just do our Idaho games first? Because I think I might surprise you on the Western Kentucky game. I'll do my Idaho game. I think IU wins that game very comfortable, way better than, about what they did last year. I think they win 49-7. And when I say 7,
We are
I think
very close. I have
think it's-
52-10.
there you go. I think
So
it's an
we're-
accident. I think the 7 is a major accident. Either it's a very quick, like, oh crap.
That's
like
what
in
I
the
have.
beginning of the game.
Like they could go up 7-0, and then IU rattles
Yeah.
42 straight.
We've seen it. We've seen that against Indiana State before. We've seen it against weird teams, Eastern Illinois or something, where they score first and then we're like crap. And then like 15 minutes later, we're like, nah, never mind.
Yep.
Western Kentucky scare the living shit out of me. IU 31, Western Kentucky 24.
So, how many points did you have IU scoring?
31.
God, we're on the nose. I don't know if that's good for you that you're predicting close to what I am.
Probably because I was terrible last year.
I also have IU scoring 31, but I see Tom Allen again getting into. I think he was embarrassed last year against this game. If he wasn't, he should have been.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is example game. I think IU literally pulled. I mean, it's their third game. They have nothing. There's enough tape out there. They played a Big Ten game. I think it's 31-13.
Okay.
I think the defense just really clamps down. Matt Weaver had another excellent article out where he previewed the defense. And I think we were high on the defense. I was down on the defensive line. I like the second and third levels of IU. I like IU's third level. I like their secondary a lot.
The secondary is the best part of the team.
Yeah.
Preseason.
But that's not what Western Kentucky does, right? Like they don't run the ball. So I think they're going to have a really hard time scoring, especially without Zappy, especially without Kitley. I think Tom Allen, who is back to being defensive coordinator, dials it up and really lays it on. So I have 31-13 for the score.
I would take it. I feel like 31 is being modest. I feel like 49 is probably being modest too. But again, what do you know about the offense? I was sitting here making excuses earlier about our friend Justin sent the Twitter thing. I don't know if people have seen it, but it was the percentage chances of wins or whatever in the Big Ten. See if I can find it. It came from some clickbait website called K4 Ratings, K4. They have IU with the best chance of winning 3 games, or the best chance is 2. Kind of the medians. They think they're going to win 4 games, right? But I sent immediately after that. I said, I'll say what I said to Seth yesterday. No one has a clue what IU is going to do. New quarterback, new running back, new wide
Michigan
receivers.
State of last year.
Right?
Michigan State had 36 new players.
Yes.
This team has 35 new players.
Here's what I'm getting.
No,
to.
I'm not saying we can be Michigan State, right? That's not what I'm saying.
That'd be nice.
I'm saying that's the kind of like no one knows. Unpredictable.
Yes. New quarterback, new running back, new wide receivers, new offensive line, new defensive coordinator, kind of new offensive coordinator. Could be bad. Could be 6-6. Could win 8 games.
So I can't believe I didn't bring this up in any of the defensive previews. Tom Allen is the defensive coordinator again.
Yes. Thank Jesus.
We've seen when he's the defensive coordinator, right?
Mhm.
I think there's going to be, and it's hard to say much of an improvement, but I think there's still he's going to get more out of the players.
What's new on the defense, Brandon? Miles Jackson?
Yeah.
That's it.
McCullough
as well. And then you think J.H. Tevis will probably see the field a little bit. Other than that, everybody's back. Outside of Micah, that's really it, right?
Yep.
I mean, you've got your starting safeties back for the most part. Your corners are back. They're one of the best corners in the country.
Big play Jay, I agree.
Yeah, big play Jay for sure. And then Taiwan as well, that guy.
No, I'm kidding.
And then our boy Noah. And then you've got the best rated recruit in the history of the team. I mean, the defense is going to be incredible, especially with
that's why when Seth put 24 points, you did 24 points too, I guess, again for Western Kentucky.
Yeah,
I just cannot see a Tom Allen team giving up that when you don't have an NFL quarterback across from you.
They just make me nervous. That's it.
Is it the scheme?
It's just last year, and then the year when we had Jordan Howard. 2015, I think it was. That game was.
Look at IU's defense.
I understand, but yeah, I'm just a little nervous.
I get it, man. Yeah, we every game should be nervous, man. We went 2-10. Our only 2 wins came against Idaho and Western Kentucky.
Yeah,
like if you go back and think about our predictions, this was the only pod where we actually got it right. No, I'm sure we predicted some of the losses correct, but the wins, these were the only 2.
I think I had us going 12-0 last year. probably. I don't know. Let's wrap this one up. I thought it was a lot better than what it should have been. And so if you guys want to listen to a bad pod, make sure to check us out next week, and make sure you check out the pod. The reason it's going to be bad is because Seth is back, but be sure to check us out on Twitter. It's at Podcast LEO. Be sure to download, follow, rate, review on all of our platforms. We'll talk to you next week. As I said, it's our first away game. It's at Cincinnati, and I'm going. So no need for predictions. We already know how that's going to turn out. We'll talk to you guys next week when we talk IU at 3-1. Brandon, LEO.
LEO.
He didn't say it, but I kind of said it for him. Whatever. It counts. See it.
LEO. Awesome day. LEO. Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate that. LEO. All right. Great. LEO. Appreciate you guys. LEO. You're welcome, Dave. Have a great day. LEO. Have a great day. LEO. Appreciate you being here with us. Have an awesome day. And LEO. Oh, thank you so much. LEO. Well, thanks so much. LEO. Hey, thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate that. LEO. Appreciate you guys, man. Have an awesome day. LEO. Awesome. LEO. LEO.